Welcome back, all you puffy penguins, to my IL2 career. I've just found out, as I loaded up the career here to start the next mission, that I've been promoted to Senior Lieutenant. So that's very exciting, isn't it? We may actually get to lead a formation now, I'm not sure. But irrespective of rank, we're going to press on now with the next mission. Okay. Today we've actually been assigned an enemy transport column attack mission. So this is the first time we have been assigned to do ground attack. Quite interested in this idea, and yes, I am leading the formation. We have a formation of 4 aircraft. The target is next to Gostagayevskaya. My God. And it looks like it's a considerable way behind enemy lines, just past the hills. So we will be relying on the in-game map just a little bit. I'm going to stick with a full load, and we do have bombs on board today. We are carrying FAB 100M bombs. So we can expect slightly different handling from the aircraft, I would hope. So here we are. Just get everything lined up. Full fine pitch. And I should be away first. Let's get those lights on there. And we'll see if we can notice any obvious change in aircraft handling. Should be a longer takeoff roll. Very hard to tell there whether or not that was a longer takeoff roll than normal. Waiting for my wingman to get airborne. We've got 2, we've got 3. So we can go left. And I'm going to throttle down, enable them to catch up. On about 75% throttle and about the same for pitch. The AI should be able to tolerate that. Now, I did mention an English voice pack in a previous video. Unfortunately, I've been unable to find it. Someone did tell me that such a thing existed, but I've searched Google a number of times and I've looked back through all the comments on my old videos, and I can no longer find the reference to this voice pack, and I can't find the voice pack itself online. So it looks like we're stuck with the horrible static sounds because I've removed the Russian voices. For one, I can't understand them anyway, and secondly, just like IL2 in the good old days, they're very sort of distorted, and the files have been, the audio has been deliberately smashed up to try and sound old-fashioned, and also like it's coming through one of these old radio systems, but it's a little bit, well, the English stuff I've heard from from other similar titles has been very hard to hear anyway. Anyway, the TLDR version of that is I do not have the English voice pack. See some odd shadowing happening here. We're going to climb up a lot higher than usual. I've noticed that the entire air war seems to be being fought at about 2,000 meters in this campaign. So if I go up to about 3,500, 4,000 meters, I'll probably be above everything. I don't really want to engage fighters on the way into the target. There's one thing I need to check actually before we get to the target area, and that is to make sure that I've actually got key bindings to instruct ground fire my wingman to engage the target. So as with the previous mission, I think I'm going to have to pause and make a wee check. So we'll do that now before we get to the front line, and I'll just make sure I've got all the relevant key bindings. Left Alt 2. So that's done. I should be all set up here for when we get to the target. We'll keep climbing. My wingmen are sort of scattered in behind me there in a right echelon. We're just coming up on 2,000 meters. Turn the supercharger on shortly, or the next stage of the supercharger. we go. Supercharger stage 2. I'm also going to increase throttle and prop pitch just a little. Does seem like we're climbing a lot slower than we have done without the bomb. Although normally I'm flying along. I've just got a pop-up I've got to get rid of here. It's a very broken flight today. Okay, so we normally climb at about 90 prop and a lot more throttle. So I'm normally up at about this. Yeah, now we're climbing pretty quickly. It's a rapid climb rate. I don't know, it's hard to tell how much different it is from having the bomb off unless you do a side-by-side test. Okay, we are probably close-ish to the target area. We're going to be attacking something just past the hills, if I remember correctly from the pre-mission briefing map. Nearly at 3,000 feet, 3,000 meters now. Wingman still strung out behind me there. Check the bomb fuses are on, which they are. Well over 3,000 meters. We'll level off here. Go for straight line speed now. Close the reds up a little. Bring the prop pitch back. Okay, hands off. Just about hands off anyway. So the hills are coming to an end on the left. And we've got a little bit more hill on the right, but we do need to start looking for the target very soon. We'll just consult the map. So there should be a river. No, it's not a river, it's an arrow. That won't be on the map. Should be a city, and there's a road going east out of the city. And there is a forest with a square in the middle of it. Okay. It is still quite some way ahead. Nearly 4,000 meters. I wish the campaign had us up at this altitude more often when I'm a wingman. Now that obviously I'm a flight leader, I have a bit more control over the altitude, which is good. But I wish the campaign used more of the airspace up here. Going to move us out to the left. There's the penultimate town underneath us, I think. Yeah, that one there. There should be another city on my 1 o'clock position. There it is. And I'm looking for a forest with a sort of square shape in it, which I don't see. Okay, supercharger off now. I'm going to throttle back a bit, and I'm going to try and identify where these targets are. I think the road they're going to be on is that one. It leads out to there. Let's confirm with the map. Yeah, so the road goes down here and then it does a wobble about there. So the target should be there. I think I see something on the road. Possibly. There's the square shape in the forest. That forest that's just rendering from sort of shadowed to... Hey, I see the objects, I think, now. Okay, let's throttle back. The supercharger is off. The bomber's armed. And I'll get us a little closer, and then I'm going to order the wingman in once we're right over the target. Okay, I did think, I thought I had seen this column, but actually I no longer have eyes on anything down here. This is the road, and that is the bend in the road where we should see the targets. But there is nothing here. On this road. I've got enemy aircraft, possibly. Or they could be my wingmen. Okay, I'm thinking they're just my 03 wingmen. They bloody better be. Well, I'm going to tell them to attack ground, and in case, and see what they come up with. Because I sure as hell don't see any target down here. So I'm going to tell my wingmen to attack ground, and I'm going to see what they I am sending a radio transmission right now. I've just pressed the relevant key combo. There they are. I've seen the convoy. Yep. Okay. Now, I'm going to get my bomb away pretty promptly here, I think. Lots of ground fire coming up. So I'm going to try and run down the line of the convoy on the road. Objective complete. Oh, yep. The first guys have started dropping their bombs. One vehicle destroyed. We need to get left here. Okay, now we can roll in on the target area. I'm going to try and go for this large sort of group at the back. I'm off center. More rudder needed. Bombs away. That'll do. Somebody missed quite badly there with their bombs. Whoops. Right, I'm going to start climbing up in a left-hand turn here, because I think 3 of us have got our bombs away. So I think I understand a little bit more about the AI behavior now, and why the AI formation spends so long over the target area. It's because these guys appear to bomb one after the other. They wait for the previous guy to get his bombs off, and then they attack. Oh, we've got secondary explosions happening down there. Look at that. Or is that somebody else dropping their bombs? Is that the last? Hard to tell. They just seem to be blowing up one up. Oh, they're all ramming into the back of each other. Oh dear, that's quite crappy. Those trucks were just driving into the back of the one that was at the front of the column that was destroyed. So if I destroy one at the front of the column, are all the rest of them just going to drive into the back? I may not be able to get guns off on these guys. They didn't appear to respond to that fire at all. Holy moly. I got a whole lot of explosions going off in the middle of the city there as well. There's all sorts of very weird stuff going on right now. I'm going to try attacking the lead of this column. See if we can get them all. Oh dear. Okay, I got one of the vehicles at the front of that group. Let's see if all the other ones just drive into the back of him now and explode. No, they appear to have stopped. Okay. Those guys are not driving into the back of that one. Oh, they have started moving again. They're actually going around this time. Not as bad as I thought. Okay, we're going to head home. Destroyed a few trucks. My wingmen appear to have buggered off. It's possible my wingman was those explosions I saw in the town. They may have flown themselves into the ground for some inexplicable reason. Okay, my wingmen have all disappeared. As I said, they may have flown into the ground, and that may be what I saw when I thought I saw some explosions in the middle of town. Very odd. Well, I'm going to RTB. Currently no sign of the Luftwaffe showing up, which is good news. Where are my wingmen? This is very peculiar. Being told I've got the engine up too hot here as well. So eyes open now for hostiles as we make the trip home. Just sitting under 2,000, so I'm going to pull off the supercharger. It's not really needed. Got a bit of airspeed up here, 450. I wouldn't mind bumping into a German formation on the way back, because I could probably make a pass through it at high speed and then carry on my merry way. Be nice if Jerry had decided to bomb Novosibirsk up ahead, and I could catch them on my way through. So we've got a very bright, sunny morning here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fly through the edge of this cloud, and I want to test to see if they are still generating this water all over the canopy every time you fly near a piece of cloud. It's clearly not raining here today, and we're just going to fly in the edge of this cloud. What I expect is we should just get a slightly sort of cloudy view outside. We should lose visibility, and that should be it. If this thing covers my canopy in water, I will be very displeased. I'm about to find out. There we go. There's water all over the canopy. Why do they have to do that? It's the concept of that effect is quite a good idea, but the fact that every time you get near or in a cloud, your canopy blotches up with raindrops, it makes no sense whatsoever. I really wish they had been a bit more thoughtful about the implementation of that effect, because for me it really ruins the idea by having it so badly implemented. Bit of ground fire going up over there. Don't see anything aerial. I probably should tell my wingman to RTB just in case any of them are still actually alive. Nope, it appears not. No transmission. Ah, there's me sending off flares. Okay, so that's what that does. Rather than doing a radio transmission, actually, it just sends off a couple of flares. I'm pretty sure none of them made it home. I think they all flew into the ground. I'm probably going to get reprimanded for that. Just because the AI doesn't know how to fly. We took off towards the mountains, so we're going to land towards the mountains, the hills. Just going to retard the throttle. Turbulence. I think I need to do an overhead brake here because I'm way too fast to go straight in like this. Okay, speed's coming back. Lower the gear in a second. Make a left-hand turn. Keeping an eye on the airspeed indicator. Gear down. Gear locked. Flaps down, throttle on. Okay, there's the 200 mark. That's when the aircraft starts sinking. Okay, we're still very fast here, but we're slowing up. Slowing up, slowing up. And we'll just hold it there. Bit of brakes. Dancing on the rudders. Trimming the pitch up just to help out, keeping the nose raised. Okay, that'll do. Thanks very much. Let's go left. Clear the strip here. Lights off. It looks like we're clear. No, here's the actual perimeter fence, but I'll just park next to it. There we go. Engine off. And I will check the mission outcome. It certainly looks like none of the AI made it back. I wish I had recorded that now, because I would like to know what happened with those guys. It seems they just flew into the city, all three of them all at once. I expect they will be shown as dead. 0 planes. I destroyed 5 vehicles. Don't know if this flight log will... Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Yep, they did. They just flew into the center of the city. Those two, with the wingmen. Weird. Very weird indeed. Certainly AI needs some attention still. I'm just waiting for this thing to do its little update here. As you can see there, all 3 of my wingmen were killed because they flew into the bloody ground. Okay, it looks like it's queued up a next mission for us. So that's the end of that mission. We didn't receive any awards. We are now at the 7th of May, and the timeline here runs until... Oh my word. It runs and runs and runs. Okay, this could be hundreds of missions long. I was going to wait till I've finished this series before I start the next series. I'm very keen to go through the Mjolnir campaign in the Vigan in DCS. And I was going to wait until this campaign finished, because I thought it was going till about the 23rd of May. But it looks like this goes on for years, so this could be a series of hundreds of videos. In which case, I might as well just start the other series in parallel. I had no idea this was going to take so long. Good. We are now, I think, 15 missions in to the career. Thanks for watching. See you soon.